This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
And welcome back. Fall hunting season is right around the corner, and whether you're a newbie or a seasoned pro, now is the time to go over some safety tips and, of course, rules and regulations to keep in mind. We have Jason Vaughn from the Missouri Department of Conservation here this morning to break it all down for us. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So slowly I'm starting to hear people whisper because deer hunting season is right around the corner. So when does the actual season start?
Well, just the fall hunting season in general, it started September 1st. It kind of all gets kicked off with the dove season, and that's kind of when everybody gets the itch and starts hunting again. And then after that, it's just really season after season. You have teal season, waterfowl season, the different deer seasons. They all just keep going now, right through until the winter time.
'Tis the season to be happy for many hunters, is what you're saying, right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about 4 primary safety reminders to keep in mind when we go out hunting.
Yeah, just things we want hunters to always think about. First off, I just want to say that, hunting is one of the safest outdoor and sporting activities you can do, but of course there are always inherent dangers with being out in the woods and being, using firearms and handling firearms. So 4 of the primary rules that you want people to think about when they're using firearms is always keep the muzzle pointed in a safe direction. And what that means, the muzzle is the end of the barrel where the bullet or shot comes out of, and you always want to think about where that's pointing and always keep it pointed in a safe direction. Have good control of your gun. That way you always know what the muzzle's doing and where it's pointing. And another thing to always think about is the safety on the gun. Always check the safety throughout the day. Make sure it's staying on and you're not taking it off until right before you're going to shoot. And one other little thing to add about the safety is you don't always want to fully 100% trust the safety, because as you know, it's a mechanical device, and mechanical devices, man-made things don't always work. I know my car hasn't always started when I wanted it to, or things like that.
Right.
And thirdly would be just always positively identify your target. Be sure what you're shooting at. That sounds like a really simple thing, but every year there always seems to be a couple accidents out in the state, and they seem to be caused by people not doing that, either shooting at a sound or shooting at movement or something like that. So always positively identify your target and be sure you know what you're shooting at. And lastly would be just keep your finger off the trigger until right before you're ready to shoot.
All right. Now let's move on to tree stand safety. I know a lot of people have stands out. They make their own stands. Let's talk about what we need to keep in mind in order to stay safe.
Yeah, deer season is right around the corner. The archery season starts September 15th, so it's right here up on us. And as far as injuries go, I know a lot of people focus on the gun safety and everything, and that's very good. But a lot of injuries or accidents that happen while out hunting, the majority of them probably involve tree stands and tree stand falls and things like that. So people really need to use good tree stand safety. And the first advice I'd give them is just be ready before the hunting season. If you've left your stand out all year, don't wait until it's dark and 4:30 in the morning on the first day of hunting season, just assume everything's going to be okay. You need to go out there. You need to check it. You need to make sure nothing's happened to it. And then if you take them down and put them up every year, you need to be safe doing that too. Have somebody do it with you, and always stay strapped to the tree using a lineman's belt or something like that. Use the same considerations you do when you're hunting out of the stand when you're installing it. Stay attached to the tree.
Okay.
And then when you're actually hunting, always wear some kind of harness, a fall arrest system, something that has you strapped into the tree. It has the straps over your shoulders, around your torso, and coming back through your legs. Always use a fall arrest system like that, and keep yourself tethered to the tree at all times when you're going up the stand, down the stand, when you're in it. And also put it on the tree in a way that if you do fall, you're able to get yourself back into the tree.
Okay.
That way you're not hanging there waiting for somebody to come save you. Yeah.
All right, finally, because we are running out of time, let's really quickly talk about hunting with a bow. We've never really discussed that on the show when we've talked about hunting season, so kind of just touch base on that.
Yeah, as I mentioned, there's waterfowl seasons coming up, and you got to think about boating safety when you're hunting with the boat. First off, the weather's cold, you're out there, the water's going to be very cold. Wear a PFD, wear a personal flotation device, wear your life jacket, wear something that's going to help you float. And another big thing to think about that causes a lot of accidents, that same boat that you and your 2 buddies went out fishing in, in the summertime. Well, when you go out waterfowl hunting, you're going to take a lot more equipment.
Right.
So you and your two buddies and all the equipment and maybe your hunting dog,
Maybe weighing it down.
think about how much weight
Yeah.
you're putting into that boat, and don't make it a risk to where you could possibly capsize your boat.
Okay. All right. Well, great safety tips to keep in mind. Again, if you're a newbie or a seasoned pro, always nice to go over them. What we'll do to refresh your memory is just post everything on our website at KTVO.com. We'll link up Missouri Department of Conservation's information as well if you have any questions or concerns when it comes to permits and regulations and tags and all that stuff. Jason, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.